cash is definitely there to stay for a while longer in Algeria. I would say that if the government starts encouraging like some kind of digital payment system like CBDC or something like that, which is not anything they've talked about or anything that's like on the horizon as of yet, then I would say that would definitely encourage people to be more interested in looking at alternatives. I will say it's kind of funny, but Algeria is so interesting because in some things they can be pretty far ahead, but in many things they can also like take forever to implement. So for example, like unleaded gasoline was was not mandated until like 2020.
Nice.
Yeah, so like there's stuff like that that's like super anachronistic, but there's also things that are, pretty advanced. I would say like the political system in Algeria works reasonably well in terms of the relationship the government has with the people in some ways. So like this is why the inflation hasn't been felt by people as much, because the government does put in an effort to kind of shield the citizens from noticing the inflation as much. So for example, like essential items like food, gasoline, electricity, things that normally are the most affected by inflation, especially here in the United States, are the most protected against inflation over there, partially because the government subsidizes it and partially because it's an internally produced item that's not subject to, international inflation.
So I'm just wondering about the cash thing. Would you say it's just what has been, or would you say there's sort of an ingrained cultural attachment to physical cash in Algeria?
It's hard to tell those two apart, I would say. The history is it has come with more like government scrutiny and oversight and like burdensome tax regimes and stuff like that, to where people are discouraged from using it because it just opens you up to so much more scrutiny. The norm is just to go with the flow. Like if everyone's using cash.
So you did kind of answer the question in an indirect way, which is it is ingrained in the culture to use cash because they don't want the government getting into the business.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Which I mean, if you look at America, right, people that still use cash probably have similar sentiments in some ways.